So in case you want to stream live, you can. I'm not sure what's going on with the stream, so in case you
Yeah, I
want
don't
to,
think I want to.
that's fine, man.
Because I'm trying to. I came to do something, a surprise for somebody. So if I
Ah,
go
you're
on
lucky.
live, she will catch
Okay,
me.
that's
And tomorrow
fine.
is her birthday, so I don't want to ruin my surprise. If I go on live, she will definitely join the live.
All right, let's go back in then. So you can. Ayomide,
You don't know
help
how
with
to use
the
this.
microphone. You have to be fast. The microphone.
Okay. My food.
Pull it closer to her.
Is it fine now?
All right, studio.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we are one right here on Smooth 98.1. What makes us one is the music and every other thing that we serve to you that you enjoy and that keeps making you come back. You're listening to Office Journal on Smooth 98.1. It's now 20 minutes past 11 o'clock, and we are continuing the conversation of marketing mistakes to avoid as an entrepreneur. Well, sorry about the breaking transmission, but now we are back and ready to dive in. Like I mentioned, the magic has happened. She started on Zoom and now she's here. And that is my guest for this morning, who I said is a sales and marketing consultant. She is Treasure Earnest Iyoha. I wanted to combine the two. Thank you for making it in. I do appreciate the sacrifice this morning.
Thank you so much.
All right, so you were going to tell us the ingredients that make up marketing.
Okay, so I will try not to use a lot of jargons because I want to focus on ensuring that people understand what I'm saying. But there are four, well, there are actually seven, but I can't go into seven. So I just mentioned four major components of marketing or trying to build like a proper marketing strategy. The first one is the product itself. First of all, you need to ensure that you are building a product that is user friendly. So, for example, there's this app I tried to download. It's a money app. That was like 2 days ago. And after downloading the app, I was really confused on how to use it. Now, in creating that product, they focused more on promotion, but then they didn't think about, okay, how am I going to, as the consumer, use that product in a way that it feels easy, it feels like you had me in mind, because honestly this is a core of marketing. Because if you just focus on promotion, which is just a part of marketing, you're going to get it wrong. Because for someone like me now, even though they did well with their promotion, they did terribly with their marketing, with their product, sorry, and they've lost me already. I deleted the app because it's like goodbye. So your product is a very core and important part of building your marketing strategy or whatever. You need to ensure that it is user friendly. You must think about what would be the end like for the consumer. Would they easily say, oh my god, I used this product and it was so good, come and use it as well? I mean, that makes marketing easy for you, because now you now have your customers doing the marketing for you because you've done a great job with your product. Then is the pricing. There are different pricing strategies, but we can't go into that right now. But then you need to choose your pricing not just based on your production cost, but then if you're like a new business, do you want to penetrate the market? So you're looking to maybe use a pricing that is slightly lower than the competition, or do you want to use the quality route and say, okay, I know that this is the price, but then I can bank on the quality of our product and stuff like that. So you need to ensure that you have your pricing matching what your your business goals are, and then of course your target market. Then there is a place where do you want to be seen as a business, how do you want to do your marketing, right? And then there is the promotion itself, of course, which is what people just when they think marketing, they think only promotion. So what will be your marketing channels, where would you be in terms of marketing? So and we're going to go into all of that much later in terms of things you should do better to improve your marketing. But like this are the four I can mention here that I can say that they are foundational. And if you pay attention to this four, you're on the right path.
Thank you so much. Because when you were explaining product as a component of marketing, it's like, tell me the marketing mistakes people are making without telling me the marketing mistakes.
I know, right?
So when you focus so much on the promotion that you think is marketing and you forget the product itself and it is not user friendly, maybe you want to use it to show off, or you have an idea in your mind and you're not thinking about the person who will use it, then you're already making one of the major marketing mistakes. Guess what? Time really is flying by. We have to take another break. And when we come back, we will talk more about marketing and those mistakes you're making as an entrepreneur or a business owner. You're listening to Office Journal on Smooth 98.1. So 25 minutes is gone already.
I know, right?
We are
That
your
is so
Time
sad.
is so
diversified
fast, so we
interest
have
bank
25
that
more minutes. I think we
truly
should just
cares
delve
about
straight
your
into
financial
the marketing
progress.
mistakes
If you
because of
desire
time.
ethical prosperity, our
Okay,
project
so there's
finance,
so
small
many.
business
I'm just going to
facilities,
focus on 5
individual savings
because of the
products,
time.
and electronic
I mean,
banking
there's so
solutions
many,
are
but I'll
carefully
just focus on
tailored to
5.
provide you with superior banking
Okay,
Because
so
experience
just before we
delivered in
go
the most ethical and
to that,
responsible
I
manner.
am just
At
I just
Lotus
want
Bank, it
someone
is
to understand
partnership for
sales a bit.
progress. We share your
you want me
risks
to talk
and
about
profits,
Just
sales?
making
a
it a
teeny tiny
must-win
bit.
for all.
Just a teeny
Open
tiny
a
bit.
Lotus Bank
Just say,
account
hey, this
today,
is
or
sales, this is
use
marketing.
any
That's
cashless
it. And then we'll go
platforms,
over to the meeting.
ATMs, mobile banking, or internet banking to enjoy seamless transactions. Contact our 24/7 call center. Dial 07000 Lotus Bank, which is 07000 or visit www.lotusbank.com. Lotus Bank. Partner. Progress. Prosper.
Let's talk football.
The most anticipated match.
When the action kicks in, we go totally in without fear.
He's got the return ball here. Brilliantly saved.
Bringing you the best of the best. A game-by-game account of magnificent moments in the world of football.
It's blue touch paper.
It's about every kick, every pass, every tackle, every goal, and every win.
On the day two.
Get the total football experience
Okay, we
right here on
are
Smooth
coming in.
98.1 every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 11 a.m.
This is a scandalous decision.
Total football. The total experience.
Now that was by design.
When I say Tuesday, you say football and then you say total football because that's what Tuesdays are for from 7 till 8 on Smooth 98.1. And make sure you do not miss out on the show if you're a huge fan of the beautiful game. You're listening right now to Office Journal on Smooth 98.1 and it's 27 minutes past 11 o'clock. Every Tuesday from 11 till 11:50, we discuss different things related to you and your career as well as your personal development. Today we are talking about marketing mistakes to avoid as an entrepreneur, and that is also one of the misconceptions that sales equals marketing. I do have a sales and marketing consultant in the studio. Her name is Treasure Ernest. And now, please enlighten us, sales and marketing guru, the difference between sales and marketing.
All right, so I'll say it in a very simple way. So let me use this very beautiful scenario. So let's say that a guy sees you and he's like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. Oluwaseun, I love the way she talks and blah, blah, blah. And then he actively tries to, ask you out. So that's point of getting you to be attracted to him and interested in him. That is marketing, right? So marketing is simply your trying everything that you're doing to get people to be attracted to your product, your services, and get them interested. But then most times, marketing doesn't equal sales, right? So, that guy can ask you out all he wants, but in the end, if your values are not aligning with his vision and all of that, if it's not going the way you who is the consumer, you'll be like, okay, thank you for your interest in me, but I'm not interested, or I'm already booked, I have a lover or something like that. It's the exact same thing with marketing and sales. So you doing everything, your promotion activities, your advertising, yes, that is marketing, but then it doesn't equal to sales. So sales is now conversion. Sales is, okay, all right, I've seen you, I've known you, and I want to be with you. That is sales. So until there is a conversion, your marketing is good, but then you need to ensure that you do the sales. So for example, one major sales activity is let's say calling your customers, people that you can call leads. So I don't even want to go into all of that, but let's say you have a list of people that have indicated interest in your product, for example, based on your promotions that you've done. Let's say that you did an advertisement with, say, Instagram, for example, and after running your ads, some people filled your form, they put in their names to say, wow, I love your product, all of that. But then automatically, it doesn't mean that they're going to buy from you, because many of them might forget you. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
then you now have to call them and say, hi, my name is this. You filled in our form, and then you have to convince them to say, okay, so please pay now. I mean, put your credit card in this, and that is now sales, because now you want to ensure that who you have attracted and gotten interested in your product, you are converting them. So that's the major difference. I hope that this helps.
Yes, thank you very much for the clarity. And it makes it even more important why we should talk about the marketing mistakes, because somebody might be thinking, I'm putting in a lot of effort to promote my business. I'm talking about it, I'm putting it on social media, but I am not getting sales conversion. So, what are those marketing mistakes to avoid or they've been committing?
Okay, so there are lots and lots of marketing mistakes, but because of time, I'll focus on just five.
Okay.
And number one is trying to market to everybody, assuming that, I mean, so for example, I mean, because of what I do, I work a lot with business owners, companies, and stuff like that. But then you would find that for most companies, they know what they're about. But then for the average, small business owner, all they want is sales. Like, I want to make sales, I need to make money, I want to make money. But then if you ask them the basic thing, like, okay, so who do you sell to, who are your customers, and let's say this the lady is a fashion entrepreneur, she would say, oh, I sell to women. How do you know that every woman is interested in your fashion wear? How are you certain that because I'm a woman, I'm automatically interested in using or wearing your clothes? You're not sure. They're like, every woman should wear clothes. Like, hello, auntie. Every woman doesn't wear jalabia, for example. Every woman doesn't wear the hijab, but there are people that sell that. Every woman doesn't wear what I'm wearing right now. Like, I mean, a big boo boo gown. Some
For the
women,
rich aunties.
amen, hallelujah. Right? So you as a business owner, you need to be so clear. Marketing is very much laser focused. Like, if you're that's why I said, when I was giving the definition about marketing, I said you're ensuring that your marketing activities, sorry, I talked too fast, it is focused on the right people. Now these people, there's still primary and secondary target market, but we don't have time to go into that. But as a business owner, you need to know, okay, primarily who are the people that would always need my product. Who are the people that, come what may, they see, I would always chop their monies. These are your primary target market. So let's use wigs, for example. I think it will make it like very, very clear. Now, as much as you would assume that every woman would want to look good in wigs and all of that, the truth is there are some women like me and you, we love braids. We love, anything that looks like natural hair. That's it. But it doesn't mean that I could never own a wig. So I am your secondary target market, because yes, I can buy from you, but I will not be so phased about, oh, this is the latest wig. It's not my business. So if you come and shake the hair and say, oh, this hair is, the way they to do on Instagram, this hair is this, looking at it like, oh, guy, you're shaking your hair too much. Get out from here. It's not going to make any sense to me, right? So you must focus your marketing activities more on your primary target market. Although there are some times that you can decide to focus on your secondary target market, but then I would say don't waste money, especially when you're trying to pay an influencer, when you're trying to pay for a billboard, when you're trying to whatever you're doing. Even your marketing message must be focused on your primary target market. If not, you'll be wasting lots of money and you'll be frustrated. And I can go into more about this, but I hope that this has
That's
helped.
clear. Yes.
And then number two is not having a marketing budget. The thing is, we assume that because our product is good, because we know our target market, because we probably have great marketing message, so you should not have a marketing budget. That is absurd. That is why the big companies will keep getting bigger, and the small business owners would honestly keep being small. Because let's say now you're planning your year. I mean, we're already towards the ending of this year. You as a serious business owner should already be thinking, okay, what am I going to spend? Okay, what have I spent this year on my marketing? If you're not able to even know that, then it means that you're not serious with your marketing. Because, for example, for most companies, at the end of the year, they're already projecting, okay, they are allocating budgets for this, budget for that. Because for you to make money, you must spend money. But I know that yes, cash is scarce for some people because they are small businesses. But instead of you to focus on spending all of your profits on family problems and and other things, right? Even if it is 10 or 20%, you should keep money aside. Don't wait until, oh, I want to run a sales, I want, I have a new marketing campaign. Don't wait until then. Always ensure that from your profits, from your proceeds, you can always take out some amount and say, I'm keeping this as my marketing budget. So that when I do need it, I will not now be looking for cash and hoping that sales will come. Because most times, yes, you're doing everything. Well, thank you, Holy Spirit. One very important thing that business owners need to know is that every time you want to do a marketing campaign, for example, you need to be seen by new people. Always, every single time. So like if you see that a company maybe wants to launch a new product, even though they already have customers, right? They would still do things that would get them in the eyes of new people, because the more people see you, understand that not everybody that sees you will be interested in buying from you, right? So you need to ensure that, okay, you are increasing the people that are seeing you, so you're increasing your reach. And so that, so we have this, we call it the 10 100. I don't want to go into anything,
Too
any
technical.
jargon exactly. So let me make it very simple. So if my goal, for example, is that, okay, I want to sell 10 product units, right? Let's say that is my goal for this month of October. I must ensure that at least 500 people, or worst case scenario, 300 people get to know about me, as in new people, not people that know about me already. And for me to do that, I need to spend money. I need to, do well with my promoting. I need to put myself in, like, different marketing channels. I need to ensure that more and more people are hearing about me, so that bad as it bad, worst case scenario, I would get my 10 people. And that's why most times you can set target as a business owner, you don't meet it because you don't spend money to reach as much people. And so you're now ending up, frustrated. Because of time, I'm going to rush through the rest so that I don't take too much time. Number three, which is closely connected to number two, is that you do not have enough marketing channels. Yes, I know that right now social media marketing is amazing. You can just get viral on Instagram. And by the way, getting viral is not equal to sales. Having followers is not equal to sales, because you can have followers and they're not buying from you because you've not done a good job with your positioning, and I don't want to go into that. Or, I mean, I'm sure that you've seen influencers that they have lots of followers, but they don't actually have money. They So having the followers and having people isn't enough. So that is why the wisest thing as a business owner is for you to have multiple marketing channels, especially the ones that are suitable for your kind of business. So for example, let me even still use social media marketing. Some people would now say, okay, I want to just stay on Instagram and that's about it. No, be on Facebook, be on Instagram, be on TikTok at least. Especially if your business is not corporate oriented. I mean, if you are, then you should be on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Twitter, Instagram, So of course, based on what you do would also affect where exactly you want to go and pitch your tent. But aside that, there is SEO marketing, there is Google marketing, there's Google ads, there's YouTube ads, there's using business directories, for example. There's using, I mean, Smooth FM, right? There's TV, there's magazines, because all of these channels put together would now help you maximize, your marketing message, what you're doing, and ensuring that more people are hearing about you. Because if you use enough marketing channels, then you would easily meet your target. But if you only focus on one channel, remember there's competition.
Mm.
Competition is high everywhere. So at least if you're taking 10 from here, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, that's amazing, right? So that's a big mistake. If you are doing that right now, go and see no more. Start looking at ways. And see, let me also say this. Sometimes most of these things does not require money when you're starting, right? So for example, if you want to have a Google account, just create a simple Google My Business account, and you can even be on Google Maps. People can find you on Google Map. You can easily be found on Google. So I ask people every time, as a business owner, if I search for your business on Google, can I find you? Are you just like, oh, I'm on Instagram and then that's it? Oh, my neighbors know about me and then that's it? That's not enough. I should, like, right now, if you go and search my name on Google, you would see things about me, right? So you need to have your digital footprint. because that's like very, very, very important. Then number four, you get tired of repetition. A sweet and beautiful part about marketing that would make your marketing very impactful is when you are repeating. So let's still use the scenario of the man asking you out. I mean, if the man sees you just one day and says, Oluwaseun, oh my god, you're so beautiful, I love you. And then he assumes that just that as he sees you that one day now, you are in love. Is that possible? I mean, maybe rare occasion also is love, what do they call it, love at first sight, right?
Indeed.
But generally, the man has to, take your number, begin to call you. Communication has to now be consistent, right? Talking to you every time, and you feel like, oh my god, he understands me. So the more he's communicating with you, the better he understands you. And when he understands you, he now does what you like. So if like maybe you're like, oh, I like flowers. The next day you're like, I sent you flowers. It's like, okay. So you see that the more he's repeating his communication, he's having the advantage because now he now knows you better. So that is why it is terrible for you as the business owner. You just market your business one time in the week and you're like, oh my god, so terrible, I didn't make sales. No, you go again and again and again. You keep going until the world hears your name. Literally, you should never be tired, because when you ask business owners who say that I've done everything, by the time you ask them really, really, okay, what have you done, they haven't done half. They haven't done half of what they should do. So you should be ready to repeat your marketing message. Don't say, yesterday I showed up, now nothing happened. Show up again today. Show up again tomorrow. Use various tactics. Show up in different ways. Today you can wear jalabia, tomorrow you're wearing face cap, next tomorrow. So like you're not making it boring, because obviously if you're just doing the same thing over and over again, it's going to get boring. So that's where you have to be creative. You need to have a strategy so that even though you're repeating and repeating, it is in a very enticing way. So, I mean, the same thing again. I'll still use that as an example because that is like the most impactful. If the man is calling every day and saying, "Have you eaten? Have you poo? Have you?" What's that song? if you saying the same thing every single time, you would be like, this guy's like, you don't know what to say. I mean, communicating with you is boring. It's not exciting, right? So he needs to keep finding ways to understand you better and tick, your buttons. So what you call it is the exact same thing with your marketing. And until you get to that point, you can't even say you are making money, because you will not make money. Right? And then
Okay, before you go into the fifth and the final one, we need to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to be wrapping it up and calling it a morning on Office Journal. How time flies by, really.
I know, right?
And I've been enjoying every part of it. If you have any questions, you can also send them to WhatsApp. Hopefully, we have time to take it. You're listening to Office Journal right here on Smooth 98.1.
Music, love life.
You are having a blast.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So we'll take a short break, just like 30 seconds thereabout.
The glistening beaches to the
That was
glamorous
already done, so
The Real Housewives of Lagos season 2 is here. Your favorites, Chioma, Iyabo, Laura, Mariam, and Toyin, return to bring you even more charm, style, and drama. While Faith and Tanya join a cozy elite and add some extra spice. Subscribe from 1,200 Naira monthly. Sign up now at showmax.com.
Love music.
It's a new day, and I'm feeling good.
It just feels good.
I definitely feel good because good information, knowledge feels good, and I'm getting so much of that right here on Office Journal. So I feel good. I hope you can say the same as well. I've been enjoying the company as well as the knowledge and wealth of information flowing out of my guest this morning. She is a sales and marketing expert, and as she has been dishing out, it's been impactful. So we've been talking about marketing mistakes to avoid as an entrepreneur, and she's listed about 4 of them. Now on to the 5th one.
All right. So the fifth and final, and I would say the most important, is not working with a consultant or a coach or an expert, because I would say 80% of the time, most business owners are going into business based off of passion and wanting to make money. So it's either you're really passionate about it or you need money, so you're starting your business. And let's picture this scenario. You most likely studied biochemist or whatever in school, and then after school you're done, and next thing you want to start selling wigs. Bear in mind, you have no prior knowledge or experience in marketing whatsoever. Most likely, all you might know is what people have said, what you've seen on social media. Maybe you follow some coaches online, and mind you, what coaches put out on online as per dictionary experts, they tell you the what, but they don't tell you the how. Because the how is what you now pay us for. We can freely tell you, oh, if you want to make sales, do XYZ, but most times you would even feel overwhelmed, like, okay, where do I now start from? How do I go about this and all of that? So you taking that 1-2 bits obviously would not be enough for you to grow your business. So you surely need to get to that point where you admit to yourself to say, okay, you know what? I'm not so great at this marketing thing, unless you are. I mean, let's say that you've given yourself to learning about marketing, you've done some courses and all of that. Beautiful. Even at that, I would still always recommend having someone that has gone before you in terms of experience, so that it can always be like your eyes and your guide to tell you, okay, no, do this and do that. Because even us experts, we still have mentors. We have people that tell us what to do and what not to do. How much more for you that actively, I mean, for you to make money in your business, you need the marketing to go well. Don't waste your time, your resources, and your energy doing the wrong things, because that is like the most frustrating ever, when it feels like you've given your all, right, and you get frustrated and you feel sad, and for most people they actually give up. Instead of that, close your eyes, find somebody to work with. Don't be scared to ask for help as well, because we can't do this life and have much more business alone. So be ready to ask for help. Be ready to also pay. See that thing about spending money to make money? All the very, very important, because if you're not spending money, my sister, my brother, you will not make money. So that money that you're scared of spending by paying a consultant or a coach, you will say spend it and you not get results. So why not just pay it and get the best results?
Thank you so much. We have 3 minutes to the end of the show, unfortunately. I'm hoping we get to have another part of this conversation. Definitely, I'm guessing it will be on Zoom, owing to distance and every other thing.
We shall see.
Now, if you have any question or anything to chip in or anything to add to the conversation quickly, you can send it to WhatsApp 0809-444-0981. Again, 0809-444-0981. And you can quickly call if you have the chance, 01448-9981. Again, 01448-9981. I did have a list of compiled things going by some members of Forbes Business Council. So about 15 members of them came together to give out tips on some marketing mistakes they feel that entrepreneurs make, and you have definitely highlighted so many of them. They said not defining your customer first, which you've talked about, your target audience, to lack of consistency, which you said you have to repeat. And then they also talked about ignoring your product. Imagine being so focused on the promotion that you even forget the marketing or the product itself. And then there was also the one you mentioned, thinking you need to spend so much to get results. And there was another one about focusing solely on digital and then trying to be everywhere all at once. Reminds me of that movie, Everywhere All at Once, or something, Everything Everywhere All at Once, I think. And yeah, so there were a number of marketing mistakes like that that you need to be aware. But I would like you to touch on this one before you leave the studio. Being too shy to promote.
So I'm a shy person, so
Okay.
I feel like I have the right to talk about this, because sometimes people will feel like, oh, you've not been there, you can't talk about it. Generally, I prefer not to talk. I prefer to write. If you tell me to express myself with talking and with writing, I would readily choose to write, and you'd see me pouring out my heart to you. But if you say I should talk, I'll be like, but I mean, I'm here today, I'm talking, right?
Yes.
So the number one thing you need to know is that nobody was born a talker. As a matter of fact, I insist that nobody's shy. Circumstances has made you so. So for some people, based on their upbringing, right, maybe you were raised up in a home where communication was not a big thing, or it was not even accepted, so they don't let you talk. They're like, oh, okay, what do you know, you're just a child. And so you grew up with that fear. So it's not like you didn't know what to say or you don't have what to say, but there was always that limitation. And so you grew up with just keeping to yourself, and that's what people call introvert and stuff like that. And that's okay. But it's the same way circumstances made you so, you can actually build yourself to also start to talk and talk to people, right? Because if you keep holding back based on the fact that I am scared, I don't know what to say, or I am shy, I don't have the best, English, right? For lack of a better word, you would never get anywhere in business. And guess what? Everybody has fears. That's also one thing you need to know. Let's say you walk into a room at an event and you're worried that, oh my god, everybody's looking at me and I feel so. I'm sure that you walk into a room and you're like, am I dressed properly, am I, and you're feeling nervous. Guess what? Every other person in there at that event also has some form of, okay, what do I say? So for some people, they react, and then what, it makes them talk too much because of that fear, while for some people it makes them hold back. So the same way the person you want to go and talk to is feeling that fear, you too, you have that fear. So most times if you go into a room where people are like, who will talk first? Like, especially with women, like, let me not talk, or let me not. It's not because of pride, it's mostly because of fear. Of course, there are some people that it's because of pride, but generally, what I've observed, because I have a background in psychology as well, I can tell you that for most people, it's just hidden fear. But then they are maxing that fear by just being snobbish and just keeping quiet. But deep down, they are so soft and they really want to talk. So let's go of the fear. Let's go of overthinking. You think too much. Sometimes, yeah, you're like, okay, today I'm going to, create that video. For example, I'm going to make that video, and then you're like, but it's a video, you can always edit it. Do you know that you can cut and remove and trim and all of that? And also understand that everyone that you might see up there that you're admiring, and you're like, oh my god, they are so good, we also have our own fair share of fears that we face. So for example, I just told you mine. Like, generally, I'm not the type to choose talking, and it's still the same till now. Like, I'm married, but then my husband is a better talker than I am. Like, he is the one that knows me the best. He knows that I will not talk, but if I talk, then maybe you have pushed me. Do you get? However, when I need to talk, I do talk.
Like now.
Exactly. But then I pep talk myself, and also you need to do a good job with reminding yourself how amazing you are, because when you're able to remind yourself of how amazing you are, and you have that inner self-confidence, that also helps you, because for many people it is a lack of self-worth that makes them shy. So you need to have a good picture and perspective of yourself. I remind myself every time I feel maybe nervous, I'm like, I'm the expert here. I mean, what I'm saying is actually very correct. I remind myself I've helped people to make millions of naira, millions of dollars. So I actually know what I'm saying. So me reminding myself of these things, I'm like, breathe. You've got this, right? So have a good way of seeing yourself, because if you see yourself terribly, no pep talk from somebody else can help you. You need to see yourself in the best light. And number two, understand that everybody has fears. Number three, stop overthinking. And number four, what's the worst that can happen? What's really the worst that can happen? Just try it and we'll see.
Wow, I wish we could continue with this. Unfortunately, we have to go. I am so sad. We need to have you back again. Treasure, please say yes.
Okay.
Musti on WhatsApp says, trying to be everywhere is the curse of the new media. It's better to win one on one platform than be competing, I think, as we're getting used to TikTok. Another model is coming soon. I think I agree that old school will never grow out. Not everyone is online. Some have only built through referral. Life is indeed funny. At the end, as Innocent Chukuma once said, a good product will naturally sell itself. When the product is good, it will sell anywhere in the world. Thanks to our guest. Perhaps we play based on our personality type. So if we're reserved, we could call on a good plug for promotions, don't you think? At a point in time, D'banj was Don Jazz's promoter until the relationship ended and he had to start speaking out to promote himself. Interesting. You're taking us to another part. Anyways, we need to be out of the studio and real quick. But for people to follow more about what Treasure is about in the sales view, how can they do that?
Just find me on Instagram. I'm very much more active on Instagram or LinkedIn, but actively on Instagram at the Salesville. So TheSalesVille. I mean the Salesville. Or you can find me on Google.
Okay.
That's a joke, but just find me on Instagram, the Salesville.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and that is my guest, Treasure Earnest Iyoha. I don't know why I keep doing that.
Thank you for having me.
Next week, I promise you, we have another juicy episode, and you would have to stay tuned to find out. In the meantime, the music will continue on Strictly Soul. My name is Oluwaseun, and you're listening to Smooth 98.1.
Love music.
Thank you
So much.
It's still raining, my God.
Is it still raining?
It is.
I'm supposed to do